Hello everyone, welcome to the new video presented by Untitled Chapter. Today we are going to see the structure of C++ programs. Now, we need to know that this is the main format. When you create a small project, this is the main format that you're going to have for your C++ programs. Now, I just added this count here. Now, the first thing to note is this third line. So cancel this first line here. Cancel, I'll do here. And then I'll cancel this first line. Cancel this. Now, on this line here, you are going to have your include IOStream. Include this line is a preprocessor, and IOStream here is a header file. You need to know that you are from this line, you are telling the computer, you are going to see it. You see that C program that is show you the location of IOStream in the computer. So you have a file already stored with the compiler that shows IOStream. So you are telling with this line, you are telling the compiler to include this file when it wants to compile this program. Now, the next thing is that it should include it. For which reason must the compiler include this? The reason is because you have used this word counts here, and these counts are not coming from anywhere. So the compiler should know the meaning of this count, and the meaning of this count are being stored in the IOStream file. So that's why you must include, and that's the location of IOStream when it's being included. The next thing is the using namespace Std. Namespace Std is also a specific file inside the IOStream that it must be included in order to have this code. If I remove this line or I place this line within a comment, this line is a comment just like a C++, and the next way of doing a comment is by doing this. So these are the two main ways of doing comment. So you have this comment line. Let's say I place as a comment and then I compile. To compile in C++, you need to compile and build here. This is compiling, and as you see, compile, and this is run. To compile and run is this one. So if I do that, then I will see there's a message which tell me that this is false. So I've retrieved my compiler. Now, when you have your compiler, see, now you said that on this line here, you're going to have using namespace Std. So replace using namespace Std now in a comment. So when we compile and run, we are going to have a message that this doesn't exist. He said here that E language error was not declared in this scope. This is just because it doesn't understand what's the meaning of count, because you've removed the using namespace Std. Normally the path of count is inside the IOStream, then into the namespace Std. So when you remove and paste it as a comment, it does not see what is inside namespace Std, so it does not know what is count and this NL. So you need now to place back this using namespace Std for the compiler to understand what's the meaning of count and NL. So the next line here is the int main, the main program, the main function in which you are writing all your source code. So what happens is that you have, these are the arguments, int argc and the character argv. This is a common structure of C++. Here I like placing my program in a loop, a small loop that is going to shift from the top by 2 lines and shift from the bottom by 2 lines. And now I'm writing a small message as hello, my name is SHLDB. This NL is going to cause to move to the next line as such. So we run and build. In this time, the compiler is not going to show us any error. So you have this hello everyone, this. So you see that you have moved again 1 line more added to the 2 lines that are below here, because as compared to here. So you see NL added 1 out line, makes it to go to the next line. Now, in order for me to place my message in the center, I will tap here, I will shift this this backslash t is a tab, it's like a tab bar. So I will do a backslash t 2 times in order to centralize much more my message. So I'm going to have this: hello, my name is the SHLDB. So when you have this first program, so you know already the basics of the structure of C++. Now lastly is a return 0. We already said that anytime you have a function, let's say y is equals to f of x. Now you need to know that if f of x equals to x plus 1, if you have f of x equals x plus 1 and you let x equals to 5, what happens? You know that y equals f of x, a function is always y is a function of x. Anytime I want to visualize a function is as such. You see on the left hand side will be y. When you want to visualize function in programming, you see as such. You say on the left hand side is y, on the right hand side is f of x. Say from the right hand side we see that x is contained in f of x, so a function must number 1. So a function must number 1 have a variable. A function must have a variable. That's number 1 point. Number 2 point is that when you see again on the right hand side, you see that there is a f of x. So the function have a processor. So that's another thing. So something that is going to process your x is going to be it could be contained in the function. And lastly, number 3, the function must have a return value. So these are the 3 main things that a function has. It has a variable in number 1, it has a processor, and it has a return value on the left hand side. Example, if I place x now, you see that the processor in this function f of x, the processor x is a variable. You have x here, so x will be the variable. The processor is x plus 1, and the return value is a value that you are going to get when you have processed it. X is a variable, so you have the variable x equals to 5. Your processor is x plus 1. When you place 5 now into the processor, 5 plus 1 gives 6, so the return value now is 6. Now in the main function, you see that int shows that it's an integer, so the function main must return a value, and that value that I wish that the function returns is 0. That's why when I compile and build, you have hello, my name is the SHLDB, and you have the process that executed with the return value 0. If the return value here is not 0, it means that you have an error had occurred in your program, and you need to recheck where the error is. So this will mark the end of structure of C++. Thanks for your kind attention.